Yuri, where is the price of Bitcoin going today? Is it going to the moon or is it going to the downside? Tell it to me. Welcome back to Prodigator, guys. I think the price of Bitcoin is not going to go anywhere. Not happening. Nope. Breakout is not coming in right now, and a breakdown is also not coming, looks to me like, right? So in this video we are going to be taking a look at the general options landscape for Bitcoin and Ethereum itself, guys. And here's one more thing for you guys: it doesn't really matter if the market is in a bull trend or in a bear trend, as far as your learning curve is to the upside. That's all it should matter, guys. I think. I mean, look, markets are emotionally driven, markets are greed driven and fear driven as well, which is why they're just going to make lower lows and lower highs and higher lows and higher highs. It's going to just simply go to the upside and downside like a sine wave, guys, like a sine wave going to the upside and downside. The only thing which should matter is the fact that are you able to capitalize on these freaking stupid sine waves to the upside or the downside, right? So guys, without any ado, we're going to be jumping onto the website, which is my recent favorite. Holy shit, I mean, I was waiting for a website like this to show up, and finally here we are. coinsoptiontrack.com, guys. This is a website which essentially summarizes everything coming in from the derivative options market itself. And we are, for this matter, we are looking in at 7th June expiry happening, let's just say, in the next 24 hours itself. What do we see right here, guys? We see a humongous open interest standing in at the $38,000 level strike price, essentially on the call side, guys. Now, what is a call option? A call option is simply betting for an asset to go to the upside, whereas a put option is betting for an asset to go to the downside. Now, guys, essentially that does not mean that you simply buy these options. You can sell these options as well. You can go short on these call options as well. You can go for some straddles and spreads and tons of crazy stupid things that you can do with options market itself, which is why, guys, a simple open interest in call essentially does not mean that everyone is buying call options, guys. People are selling call options as well, which is why we do have a perfect range bound situation right here in that $38,000 levels, guys. You can see massive amount of rejections, and every single time we do try to go above these levels, basically above $38,000 levels on Bitcoin, we just simply go back down again and again, guys, again and again. It essentially points out towards the fact that the most of the open interest in the $38,000 strike price on Bitcoin itself is towards selling these options, guys. Selling these options. Market is pricing in the fact that, well, Bitcoin essentially is going to be range bound until the expiry, which is happening the next 24 hours itself, which is why, Yuri, do not buy Bitcoin for this weekend itself, guys. Most likely we're going to be in a range bound situation. Also, all right, let me just talk about this, guys. Everything that I'm not trying to hurt anybody in terms of, let's just say, copying any kind of accent, right? I don't even have an accent myself. I mean, I am still trying to convey all of these messages with more and more clarity as I myself get mature in terms of creating content and delivering it to you guys, right? And I don't want to cause any harm to any community, or I don't want to cause any disrespect to anyone, guys, for that matter. I'm just here trying to have some fun, and so should you. Hopefully you're not getting wrecked watching the content coming from this channel. And guys, we're just going to be simply focusing back on to the charts itself, guys. You can see right here as to why your $38,000 level is working as a perfect resistance, guys. Data coming in from the options market on derivative itself is quite pointing out towards the fact that why your Bitcoin's price action is range bound and is lower than 38,000, guys. All right, now before we jump onto Ethereum's price action itself, we're going to be taking a look at Ethereum's option, guys. Similar piece of activity happening on the $2,750 strike price on Ethereum as well. Now this is perfectly aligning with $38,000 levels on Bitcoin as well, as to why we are looking at Ethereum unable to grind above $28,000 level, $2,800 levels, right? Humongous, massive open interest standing in at, holy crap, this is massive open interest in at 2,750, guys, expiring tomorrow itself. We are looking at most likely we are looking at a lot of sell activity happening on the 2,750 strike price on Ethereum's option itself, which is why most likely your price action is range bound, guys. And it's pretty clear that it's essentially not necessary to go long on Ethereum in general below these price points, guys. It's as clear as it can get. Now, if we just combine that option interest, that options data in terms of the open interest as well, and we compare this one with the volume profile itself, guys, you can see right here as we do have a volume vortex right here. Let me just go on. Yeah, right here, right? We have a volume vortex to the upside and a volume vortex to the downside as well. I mean, if we just talk about this entire volume range right here, let me just pull it back there, guys. There's no volume, absolutely no volume until $3,500 per Ethereum, right? So all we got to do right here is wait for this range to resolve to the upside or the downside, guys. And it looks to me like these diagonal trending resistance lines, stupid lines, are not working out. They are simply not working out because the market is all haywire. The market is completely confused. The price action is reflecting on those things, right? So essentially, guys, whenever your diagonal trending lines are not working out, you just simply go for your horizontal levels, right? And cut the noise, which is why sticking on to price actions happening on to 12-hour or beyond is going to be defining your general market trend, to be honest with you guys. And we are looking in at, let's just say, we are looking in at a huge volume, let's just say a trading range happening onto these levels, guys. I don't feel that Ethereum could essentially break down and come back to these levels. It can. I mean, look, nobody can deny the possibility of these things happening, but I do feel that if it comes back down, it's going to come with this support right here standing at $2,400 level per Ethereum. And we can see, guys, a lot of open interest is happening onto the options market as well. If we talk about other expiries, guys, the macro landscape on Bitcoin options all the way extending towards the March of 2022 is towards calls options, guys. It's towards call options. Now essentially that does not mean that everybody is buying call options, guys. It can mean that everybody is selling calls options as well. There are a lot of interpretations that you can make according to the price action itself, and judging by the trend, judging by the market participation right now, I do feel that the majority of calls open interest is standing towards the sell side. Guys. Even if we come back all the way towards $3,500 levels in the first and the foremost pass, your daddies are sitting in here on these levels to unload their trucks, man. Holy crap, guys. And whenever in any asset, just make this a lesson for yourself. Even if we come back to $3,500 levels on Ethereum, it's going to be a sell in the first and the foremost pass, guys. It's going to be a sell in the first and the foremost pass, because guys, whenever you come with these kind of price action drawdowns, I mean, you are looking at a 60% drawdown on an asset like Ethereum. It does call for, let's just say, a multi-month correction, guys. You can refer to the long-term analysis on Ethereum and Bitcoin. I guess from day before yesterday itself, where I do talk about how the Bollinger Bands are playing out perfectly on Ethereum and Bitcoin itself. Judging by the trend coming in from the past itself, guys, we are probably getting into a bear market. We are getting into a long-form consolidation, and just to survive and to thrive in these markets, it's going to be very difficult. So cut out on expectations. You all of you have to cut out on expectations for these sorts of move, guys. I think it's very less likely that we do look at these kind of situations on Ethereum itself, at least for the coming months, all the way until August, September, where the price actions, most likely, guys, my best guess would be if we get supported all throughout the rest of the months happening out of the $2,000 levels on Ethereum, guys, we could be squeezing along this range, this humongous, massive range, and ultimately decide whether to head to the upside or the downside, guys. Look, I have not foreseen the future. I do not know what is going to happen in the future. The best we can do right here is to mine a lot of data and see where the market wants to take these price action towards the upside, guys. Stay with the money. Stay with where the most of the option interest or most of the open interest is on the futures markets, or just look at the price action levels where most of the people are coming in to buy any asset, for that matter, right? Or let's just say for any level where people are coming in to sell any particular asset, guys. It looks to me like a lot of people came in to sell Ethereum onto the $4,200 levels, guys, which created a cascading effect as to the markets were completely overextended. Everybody was ignoring the fact that how exponentially we have gone to the upside, and well, everybody was calling for higher and higher prices. $10,000 per Ethereum coming in next week itself, right? I mean, you know these things. I mean, you know these things from these price points where everybody was uber bullish, guys, and guess what? The market kind of reverses where nobody's expecting these things to happen, and exactly something like that happened back again. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. Nobody was expecting a market top right here as well. When we were standing in at $1,000 Ethereum, when we broke above $1,000 Ethereum, holy shit, guys, back here as well, fucking market was calling for a $10,000 Ethereum, where the landscape just didn't allow the market to be overextended by that amount of level. Holy shit, guys. Now these things are are something to be, guys, I can say these things with quite an ease in the hindsight, as I was also stuck in that mentality back here, guys. I was not able to capitalize on this run to the upside. It was a hard time for me. Holy crap, it was so hard because I had no objectives in the market. I was just simply in the trend. I was just in the mindset that the entire market is betting in for higher prices. So I'm gonna buy Ethereum. I'm gonna buy 20 Ethereum, so I'll be a millionaire down the line if it just keeps on extending to the upside. Well, guess what, Sherlock? It did not happen. It never happened, guys. It never happened, right? So, without any objectives, nothing matters. Nothing really matters, which is why I'm going to push all of you towards one single fact. Define your own fucking objectives. If you're not defining your own objectives in these markets, these price action movements to the upside are irrelevant for your equity management. Everything is irrelevant. Everything is irrelevant, guys. Participating in these markets is completely irrelevant if you are in it without any objective, right? Now, guys, this is a weekend again, which is why essentially some of the pep talks are quite necessary, right? As we are formulating a community which is quite new in the space, and guys, look, I completely love this community, and hats off to all of you, 50 to 100 people who are watching content coming from this channel every single day. I salute all of you. I respect every one of you. You are the future strong hands. You are the potential future strong hands. Join the Discord community if you have still not joined it, guys. Although it's pretty inactive right now. I mean, the social media engagements are just going to shit, right? These things are your indicator. I'm giving you direct insight as to what the market is generally going to look like in the coming days. As far as the social media engagement goes, guys, the hype is dying down. I mean, recently I came across a news that the NFT marketplace sales are down by fucking 90%, guys. Guess what? NFT was yet another trend. Everything is a trend, guys. Everything is a trend. Do not think in extremes. When you start thinking in extremes, that is when you start going wrecked, and that is when you are unable to hold on to the wealth that you just recently made in the markets, I guess, right? Alright, guys, now essentially that does not mean that you just got to short and long these crypto assets every single day, all the time to make money. No, guys. Most of the time, most of the profitable traders in these markets are patient as fuck. And let me be very honest with the fact that, guys, patience is the biggest edge in these crazy fucking stupid markets, guys, which is why I just simply told all of you guys to not trade for this weekend as well. As in terms of the price action itself, similar fucking thing happened. Holy shit, I can't believe, guys, this weekend stupid price action. You went down, you coming back up again. I mean, you coming back up again. I mean, guys, holy crap. Had anybody sold right here yesterday? I mean, the price is just reverted back to the mean again. I mean, this is a chop. This is a pure range chop. We don't have any breakout or we don't have any breakdown. It's a chop, guys. It's a simple fucking chop right here, right? Although, coming to a very important point right here, guys, we are probably looking at a volatility expansion coming pretty soon, guys. We gotta wait for this weekend's price action to roll over and wait for this week. I do feel that the coming week for the entire crypto market is gonna be very volatile. Starting Monday, yes, things are going to look volatile, guys. Simply enough, the altcoin markets indicator right here is the Ethereum's HV. Ethereum's historical volatility, guys. We are shrugged to zero. We are squeezed to zero. I mean, guys, this is essentially the place from where market expands generally. Now, look. I don't mean to cause any FOMO in anybody's mind, but I do feel, guys, if you just simply go by the history, these are the points of volatility expansion. Okay, every single time, these are the volatility expansion, right? You had zero volatility, and then well, right here you had zero volatility, and then volatility expansion again, guys. Every single now I'm simply judging by the hourly time frame itself, which is why your signals are not going to be that strengthful, are not going to be exceptionally good, right? But they are going to be general indicator for your general trending bias itself, and guys, I think whichever way the volatility expands from this point right here, the price axis direction is going to be irrelevant, guys. Basically, what I'm trying to say right here is that if the volatility starts expanding to the upside and we start breaking out of this range to the upside, guys, the price will simply keep on hovering to the upside all the way towards $3,500 levels in a very slow passion, in a non-breakout manner, guys, Although if we do start ranging back below, if we do start breaking this range to the downside with volatility expanding, guys, and we are in a macro bear. Remember, we are in a macro bear. With volatility expanding out of this range, yes, your down move is going to be faster. Guys. This is essentially this is essentially one more edge I'm giving away as a trader for free to you guys. In a downtrend, your sell price action is savage, is very savage, guys. And what are we dealing with right here? We're dealing with a macro flip. We are dealing with a macro bear happening on Ethereum Bitcoin, as determined by one single fucking MACD bearish cross on the weekly time frame itself. We are dealing with that, guys. We're dealing with a macro bear situation, which is why we got to keep an eye on the AHV right here, guys. I think this is one of the most important indicator, guys. This is the most important indicator in terms of essentially determining the general volatility, guys. And in the coming days, I'm going to be making a lot of content for the general options market itself, right? How you can play these volatility expansions in general options landscape, guys. Essentially, options market are very profitable, are extremely profitable when you are playing these volatility expansions in, let's just say, in a precisely defined risk management environment for your own equity itself, right? For example, guys, coming from this expansion right here, which took a lot of time to resolve itself. Had you gone long on the call options right here, guys, holy shit, it would have been. All right. Judging by the market landscape, the price action went 200% to the upside, guys. Most of the calls, they would have gone up more than 1,000%, more than 1,500%, right, guys? It's just crazy to talk about these things. I'll talk about one more thing. I mean, all right, not in this particular video, guys. I'll be talking about some extreme option expiries. I do have a lot of data mined for you guys, and I'll be making a whole video on options itself, guys. Simply talking about this entire range, right? This entire range right here, when the call options, let's just say for March 2021 expiry, when the price was right here, guys, March 2021 expiry, the calls option had started trading right here. I mean, price of Bitcoin was trading in at $6,000, $7,000, even $10,000 on this range, and the calls for March 21 expiry was right here. Now, I'm not saying essentially that everybody foresaw. I'm not saying that smart people foresaw Bitcoin going to 60,000 in such a guys, nobody fucking knew it. If anybody is telling you the fact that I was sitting in right here, I was calling for Bitcoin to go to 100k in 2 months, guys, no, just that's complete out of fucking bullshit. That's complete bullshit, right? Nobody fucking knows where to what extent any market can expand itself. Nobody fucking knows. If anybody is telling you that I exactly know why it happened, exactly how it happened, that person is bullshitting, guys, even including me. If I can completely sound cocky a lot of times, because let's just say, guys, I sometimes come up with concrete information about the market. Essentially, I have no rights to be cocky about it. Let me be very honest, guys. If you are not able to control your own emotions, and if you're cocky about facts and figures, and if you're too much worried about being right or wrong, you're going to get wrecked essentially in these markets, guys. As I simply, even if I have concrete evidence, guys, I'm just going to align with technical analysis. And if the technicals allow me to go for that trade, I will go, guys. I trade technical analysis. I don't trade my emotions. I don't trade my opinions. If I would trade my opinions, I would just, all right. I've gone wrecked so many times in these markets to say these things to you guys. Every single time, whenever I would want to go and fight, it's so funny, guys. It is so funny. I mean, holy shit, to talk about these kind of stupidities, shit, man. I mean, what the fuck was I actually thinking back then? I mean, guys, look. Essentially, what happens is that you are so emotionally driven this market that you keep on fighting the market, right? You keep on fighting. No, I'm going to hold on to the long position. I'm going to just pass on this long position to my grand fucking children, and they're going to take the price, and they're going to take this position all the way towards the $10 million Bitcoin, right? Guys, these things are fucking piece of bullshit. Holy shit. These small little facts, these little small cryptocurrency FOMO are just going to pull you down as a person, guys, as a whole. This is going to pull you down. And if you are emotionally driven and you are just hypothetically concluding about so many things in your brain, remember that you are in your own tiny little bubble, right? You are in your own tiny little bubble, and your emotions are taking the best of you. Now, these words might be sounding like, let's just say, guys, these things are quite relevant because I'm just giving you my first-hand experience. It happens to everybody. It simply happens to everyone. It will keep on happening to everyone until they realize their mistakes, until they start acting upon it. So, guys, I want all of you to hit that like and go for the subscribe first. And second, let me know down in the comments if you are taking up any advice coming from this channel, coming from Crypto Educator itself. The entire point of this Crypto Educator initiative is to bring about the right mindset, guys. It's not about, guys, anybody can fucking draw horizontal support resistance line. Anybody can talk about, I mean, Bitcoin breaking towards these levels. Yuri, Bitcoin going down to 15,000. Guys, anybody can talk about that. But what a lot of content creators, what a lot of people will never talk about is the fact that what you and your brains, they will go through entirely throughout this run to the upside or the downside, guys. Nobody pinpoints the realistic expectations and the reality. Basically, nobody is focusing on the reality. And right here, I'm sitting in front of you guys and talking about things which, well, which I've faced, which I've been through in the past as a crypto trader, guys, as a crypto trader. Remember, now, whenever I call myself as a full-time cryptocurrency trader, holy shit, I mean, I want to display a meme right here. I mean, it's a war, all right? It's a fucking war in your head, right? And guess what? The more you know yourself, the better you're going to be playing out in these markets, right? Essentially, the more you know your fucking emotional self, the better you're gonna perform this market, guys. And essentially, what do I mean right now, guys? Don't fucking trade this job. There's no point fucking fighting in this market right here. The trades got invalidated, guys. The trades got invalidated. We were long on Chainlink and various other assets. Yes, the risk was completely defined and it was a pretty low risk entry, guys. For me personally, the way I was managing my own equity for those trades was very, very, very low, guys. The market participation was looking like shit, to be honest with you. And even if we start trending to the upside, the market participation generally is going to look like shit because, guys, we don't have let's just say, guys, we don't have much of a Bitcoin trend going on. Although there is certainly one good news. I mean, there is one good news which just happened. El Salvador, the president of guys, I don't know how to fucking pronounce that country's name. El Salvador, guys, is I'm embarrassing myself right here, right? All right. So the president of the country accepted Bitcoin as their treasury. Holy shit, guys. This is the cascading effect we're talking about. This is the adoption we're talking about. This is inevitable. Cryptocurrency adoption in the whole is inevitable, guys. It's inevitable. Let's be very frank and honest. And also I have to bring this fact back again. Let's not get lost in this small picture as well. I mean, guys, essentially what I'm trying to say right here is if you want to gamble, if you want to essentially trade these markets, don't fucking trade your entire stash of cryptocurrencies and just don't take your entire crypto assets onto crypto exchanges and just trade them off. No, don't do that, man. Holy shit, don't do that. These crypto assets are limited. These crypto assets are limited in supply. Well, most of the quality projects are going to run out of supply, and which is why, guys, you will be coming up with these sort of supply shocks down the line in the future as well for Bitcoin itself, guys, for Bitcoin itself. So what am I personally doing? Guys, I picked up Bitcoin at 36,000. I picked up Bitcoin at $30,000. This is not a financial advice. This can't be a financial advice. Even if Bitcoin comes down all the way towards $16,000, $20,000, I will pick some more Bitcoin up. Essentially, I will do that. Guys, let's say the adoption of Bitcoin is inevitable, guys. Holy shit. Just look at the 10-year history, right? Don't be engrossed. Separate your mindset. This is what I'm talking about. Separate your investor mindset and your gambling and your trader mindset, guys. All right, let me be very honest with the fact that trading is somewhat equal to gambling. Guys. I can't deny the fact that we are taking in risk and reward opportunities just like poker. It's as simple as that. Essentially, which is why you don't want to risk a lot of money in these markets. You just don't want to do that for yourself, right? And just separate out your investor attitude from your trader's mindset, right? Guys, there are enormous, gigantic, good amount of things for trading as a profession as well. But at the back of our mind, we got to keep one thing up our head. We are simply betting on the price action. We are making educated guesses. We are making educated gambles. That is what we are doing, guys. This is the reality. This is the fucking reality, right? This is the reality of trading these markets. Nobody knows for sure what is going to happen. The best you can do is you can understand to control your emotions and you can understand risk management so that you can just simply understand what to do when the shit goes down south. That is what your edge is. That is how you define your market edge, and that is how you play these markets, guys. Holy crap! I just simply got lost in the pep talks, guys. Holy fuck! I think weekend pep talks are quite essentially required, right? All right, for this, guys, just wait for the weekly closure to happen, right? I mean, essentially, I do want to see this this ugly fucking looking piece of weekly candle closing in a bit of green, to be honest with you, because, guys, look. you know what happened in the previous capitulation right here? I mean, this was COVID capitulation. This was overextended, and to be honest with you guys, this one, this one calls for overextension, guys. The market was completely exuberant. We have a lot of new liquidity to dump on and bring Bitcoin back again to some key levels to the downside. I mean, look, this is just my own opinion, but guys, this one was over accelerated. I mean, this was market wide panic sell off. But what can we learn from this piece of price action right here, guys? The price action just simply slided away and jumped on above the 21 simple weekly moving average after being deviated 50% to the downside from moving average, guys. We were deviated 50% to the downside from the 21 simple moving average, and we just simply slid our way to the upside. This was crazy, guys. This was crazy. This was, I mean, somewhere alongside these price points, I mean, I got like, okay, something different about this price action. This is, I mean, this was something different, right? And guys, essentially, I would still be bearish until we are going to be taking this high out right here, guys. Which is why my eyes actually started opening right after after this expansion. After this expansion right here, guys, I was like, holy shit, man, holy shit. We are looking at some macro change of behavior, and this is when I was just simply sitting spot on Bitcoin, guys. I was not essentially, I was trading altcoins right here. I was trading most of my trades were being made in altcoins, whereas my collateral and my base equity and my base asset was Bitcoin, guys. This is where this holy shit, fuck. I mean, this is where I also went through a lot of FOMO, man. Holy shit. Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy purchasing a lot of Bitcoin right here calls for institutional interest getting into a buy side, guys. Whereas your institutional interest on the BTC price action onto these levels was in the sell side, guys. This was the last sell event which simply took place, and after that, it was just up and up. It was just up and up, guys. It was simply up and up. And what am I doing with my Bitcoin right now, guys? Let's just say I just to live my own life, right? Even I am a human being. I gotta survive, right? I gotta make my own survival, and I gotta pay my bills and my rent and my whatever I'm trying to do, guys. I'm a musician as well. I do take music, let's just say, very seriously for myself. I don't do music for money. I can't do music for money. If I start doing music for money, I think, guys, I think it's a creation. I mean, look, you can't be 100% objectively driven for any creation. If you're creating an art, this is my own personal opinion, I do want to separate out that business mindset from any artistic mindset, right? This is what I try to do personally for myself, which is why maybe cryptocurrencies as investment, as trading as well, is something which I took as a profession, just to have a little balance going on in my life as well. And guys, all throughout this bull cycle, bear cycle, I mean, I I went through crazy amount of experiences, and which is why I thought, holy shit, guys, trading can be quite lonely, man. Holy shit, it can be quite lonely. Specifically, if you're trading these crypto markets, guys, your world, your equity could break down in front of your eyes in your small little tiny fucking mobile screen. Whereas if you just look outside, it's gonna be blue skies, birds are tweeting, plants and animals are just roaming around, and everybody is nice and happy. You go downstairs and you look at people being completely fine, whereas you are completely fucked up in your head because your, let's just say, because your entire net worth just got wiped out by 50%, right? I mean, these are the kind of things that these are the kind of things that I went through because I was overexposed in crypto markets, guys. I was simply overexposed, and I was not able to control. I was not able to have a balance between my essential life and my, let's just say, and my cryptocurrencies holding, as I did not have that right mindset, guys. Which is why I am here to share all of my experiences so that you don't make these stupid fucking mistakes, guys. All right. Now that's a lot of pep talks for you guys. Let's just simply conclude the price action analysis on BTC itself. Coming in at the 4-hour time frame, guys. Certainly the trend is towards the downside. The 200 simple is just trending to the downside, and I don't see, guys, $38,000 levels is going to be essentially the most important one to look out for. Let's just say the closure of this weekly candle itself, and then, guys, I'll be. Alright, now in the coming days, I'll be taking a look at options on a weekly basis, and then we can talk about the price action on top of that, guys, as we do get into a squeeze, a range bound situation for Bitcoin and the most of the crypto assets for that matter. Guys, it's very, very important to dig deep into the data that you can have, right? I think the time for that bull move, that just buying and hodling and making a 2x out of it is essentially not going to be there, guys. It's just simple, honest. It keeps on happening in crypto markets. You got to cut your greed. You got to cut your expectations sometimes, and then just be a vigilant trader, guys. That's the most. That's the only profitable thing you can do in a range bound situation for BTC itself, right? All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, guys. Now let's take a look at Ethereum real quick, and you can see right here, no actions towards the upside until we are clearing this range to the upside, right? Similarly, no actions to the downside until we are clearing the squeeze, guys. I think we are quite near. We are quite close to a maturity of the price action, guys. All right, I don't want to bring any bad news to you guys, but okay, let me just get rid of everything right here, and let me just pinpoint one thing for you guys. This little ellipse. What is this pattern that you see? What is this stupid fucking pattern that you see? Just tell me right now. I mean, this is again distribution, man. Holy crap. Ethereum. Are you gonna be spoiling a lot of dreams back again? I don't know, but guys, this is the only fucking stupid support that you are looking at for Ethereum. If you start losing this one to the downside, this is going to be looking like yet another distribution coming off of the tops, specifically from $2,900 levels, and we're going to be testing the range lows at least, going on at the bottom support happening in at the $2,200 for Ethereum, guys. I mean, look, guys, this is on the first and the foremost pass. This is the distribution pattern back again. I mean, it's as clear as can get. Now, how do we invalidate this one? I mean, if you start trending above this high right here, yes, this one gets invalidated, and we start probably trending to the upside, and most likely this squeeze will result to the upside, and then we can talk about the price action target standing in at $3,500 Ethereum. Until then, this is the distribution pattern happening off the top once again, and we are printing in a lower high back again as compared to these and these guys. We're talking about the hourly time frame, and the volatility is expanding with the potential distribution pattern. I don't know what's gonna come up for Ethereum for the rest for the next of the week, but guys, essentially whatever direction we pick up during Monday and Tuesday, most likely that's going to sustain for the rest of the week, right? All right, now I'm going to be closing this video right here. Holy shit, 30-minute long. I thought this video is going to be tiny, but it looks to me like weekend pep talks were essential as well. So hit that like and go for that share as well if you found some value in this video, right? I'm going to be catching you all in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.